On Tuesday night, Tulsi Gabbard ironically challenged Representative-elect George Santos for his many lies, called him out on his many lies that he had made during his campaign. Now, I say ironic because Tulsi Gabbard is the last person that should be out there questioning anyone's honesty or integrity. That said, she did it. And here's some of that.
The results that people are looking for are called into question when you tell blatant lies, not embellishments. And this is, I think, one of the biggest concerns, Congressman-elect, is that you don't really seem to be taking this seriously. You've apologized. You said you've made mistakes, but you've outright lied. A lie is not an embellishment on a resume. You said you worked at Goldman Sachs and Citigroup, but they've said, we've got no record of this guy working for us. You've said you've gone to and graduated from these universities, but they've said, well, we've got no record of that. These are blatant lies, and it calls into question how your constituents and the American people can believe anything that you may say when you are standing on the floor of the House of Representatives. These are blatant lies. My question is, do you have no shame? Do you have no shame in the people who are now you're asking to trust you to go and be their voice for them, their families, and their kids in Washington?
Okay, so look, again, here we have the last person that should ever be, questioning anyone's honesty. Tulsi Gabbard saying, do you have no shame? Now, look, in this, both are bad people. You know what I say to that? Let them fight. Let them fight. We got two lying grifters fighting against each other, and I think that's fantastic. Rip each other apart. Rip each other's faces up. I think it's great. I welcome it. And look, this is coming from somebody who once had praised Tulsi Gabbard. I fell for it. I know better now. And look, she stood up, at the time, I believe that she was standing up against the DNC and some of the corruption inside the Democratic Party, which I care very much about because I actually want a Democratic Party that represents labor and working class people and average people and not, giant multinational corporations and large donors. That said, Tulsi Gabbard, we find out, was only out for herself. The whole time. She lied about her anti-LGBTQ plus views, saying, "Oh no, these were in my past." I grew a conservative family, right? I had a conservative family, and I don't believe that stuff anymore. Now I believe in human rights for all people, and then comes out and is super anti-trans. She also lied about policy positions like Medicare for all, claiming that she had supported Medicare for all, a real single-payer healthcare, which is one of the issues that I care so much about. She lied about it. Doesn't actually support Medicare for all at all. At all. So, no. That said, that's Tulsi Gabbard versus Santos. But now we have a third contender, an entrance from another party, so to speak, a third grifter to get in the mix. And that's Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, I bet you're surprised to see her show up in this story. Well, you know what? She is absolutely in this story, and she has brought
Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
That's right. That's right. In a Twitter thread, she apparently took aim at Tulsi Gabbard, not the person who lied to Republican voters. Because I don't really think that they would care at all that they don't care at all that Tulsi Gabbard lied to progressives, lied to Democrats, and, didn't support Bernie Sanders in the primary when she had the chance to throw her weight behind that in 2020 or in the primary seasons. It's the Democrats. And instead, she goes and defends Santos, who lied to Republican voters. Because of course. But there's a reason, and I'll get to that. But first, let me get to her response. She said, Tulsi Gabbard, who says she is a former Democrat, gave Representative-elect George Santos zero grace. Oh, is that what we're supposed to do? Just give people grace. Simply because they're Republicans. While George is admitting and apologizing for lying about his resume. Guy consistently downplayed those lies. Just like your former colleagues are giving George zero grace and even demanding he resign. Tulsi says that George's actions in the House floor are what's most important, but George has not even had the chance to take action for his district on the House floor because he isn't even sworn in yet. Okay, but the whole point is, how are you going to believe that he's going to do anything that he campaigned on? We don't. And again, if you're somebody who voted for him, be like, wait, why should I believe anything that you had said? Why do I believe? How can I believe that you're going to do anything you said you were going to do? Even if it's the horrible things that, I support and that you said you were going to do. Well, how do I know you're going to do those horrible things? I love those horrible things. That's why I voted for you. And this is using that as an example. Anyway, she added, Tulsi also says, how can his district believe anything he says? I do appreciate that Tulsi says words that sound conservative now, even though she can't take action to back them up. I don't know. I am glad she, like George, realized she made mistakes and was wrong every time she voted to support killing the unborn, taking away our gun rights, and legislated to kill America's energy independence in the fossil fuel industry. Okay. So look, here's what's going on. Do you think Marjorie Greene cares at all about, any of this stuff that she's talking about? No. No, of course not. But she does care about getting her committee assignments. Here's about power. She needs Santos's vote. So now Marjorie Greene is basically trying to get Kevin McCarthy elected as Speaker of the House. So I'm thinking that she made the calculation. Yes, a political calculation. That if she comes out in favor of Santos, Santos will be indebted to her. And then she can say, look, hey, Santos, why don't you join with me to help me elect, Kevin McCarthy to be the Speaker of the House? Wouldn't it be a great deal? I mean, I went to bat for you. You can help me. And so, look, Gabbard is not in Congress. And when she was in Congress, she was pretending to be a Democrat, pretending to be a progressive. And so, look, she's not any of those things anymore. And so there it is. And so Marjorie Greene says, look, of course I'm going to take Santos' side. He's a newly elected representative. He's probably going to be seated. And so I'm going to try to get his support for McCarthy and myself. Now, to go along with that, you wonder why no other elected Republicans in the House of Representatives specifically are really speaking out and talking about this. Again, you have Republicans in New York, in New Jersey, that are like, whoa, this guy was, lying the whole time. Who would have known? Well, we got to do something about it. We need to investigate. But everyone in the House is like, George who? Santa. Haven't heard about it. Haven't heard anything about it. What did you stand quiet? Because they want to see, first of all, they don't want to endanger their, majority in the House of Representatives by having a special election in which a Democrat could come in and win. Okay. And then also trying to have people jockeying for power in these committee assignments, which are very, very important, very relevant. And having a committee assignment, by the way, is a great way to also get donors to come in and support you. And to also, when you're out of Congress, have corporations that you serve while you're in the committee to promise you a job after you're done with Congress. So there's that. Now, the thing is, this guy lies so much. Well, how could she ever trust his word? If he promises to support Kevin McCarthy. We don't know. He's a liar. He's a complete liar. But that said, the calculation here is she didn't have anything to lose. But I guess, I mean, she could lose face, but who cares about that? She doesn't. It's never really mattered to Miss Jewish Space Lasers anyway. And so at the end of the day, she's got everything to gain. Yeah, attack Tulsi Gabbard for being a, fake progressive, a fake Democrat. Fine. No skin off her, nose or whatever, right? And then try to get a potential ally. Makes sense to me. McCarthy did promise to restore Greene's committee assignments to become House Speaker, and so that is the motivation right there. And that's why she has also waded into this grifter fight. As usual, on all sides, no one good here. Let them fight. Let them fight.